Hi, this is Liz here with Liz's Crafts. How are my crafty family and friends? Um, Today we're going to make either a shelf sitter or hanging home decor. It could be either or. It has the hook on the back, but it is thick enough that it could sit up like this. So we're going to be using Magnolia products today. And I just picked this up um, probably over a year ago at Hobby Lobby, and it was in the 90% off section, so I didn't pay very much for it. Of course, this is not something that I would hang on my wall like it is. I don't get into sports or anything like that, so we're going to put a stencil on it. So the first thing I want to do is Mod Podge this piece of material on it. Now this is a piece of painter's drop cloth that I dyed with some berries. So I'm going to Mod Podge that onto my surface. I'm just going to pour some Mod Podge onto my surface here. And then I'm going to take my brush and I'm just going to put it all over the front of this. I want to make sure to get the edges really good and the corners. I'm going to need a little bit more Mod Podge. You want to put a good bit on there because it's material and we'll soak it up. So I'll hold it up once I get my Mod Podge spread around, and I will show you, you know, the thickness of the Mod Podge that I put on here. Okay, so this is the Mod Podge I put on there. So a pretty good bit. And now I'm going to turn it around and put my painter's drop cloth on here. And I did cut it down to the size of my my surface here. And I just I tore it is what I did. I like the torn edges, and then you pull the little strings out and it makes a fringe. So I just have this roller that somebody gave me. So I'm going to go over my material here. So it's just going to press it down. And it's making a nice flat surface. It looks really good. I'm going to go around all the edges here. Okay. So here's my piece so far. It doesn't feel too wet. I think I can go ahead and put my stencil on it. Now I want to make sure that I have my sawtooth at the top. Sometimes, you know, I get it upside down, so I want to make sure I do it right. So that's at the top. And we're going to use this stencil here. So it says, "Together we make a family." I will put the links to the stencil and the chalk paste that we're going to be using. This is Almond Latte. I don't think they have it anymore right now, but I'll put a link to the chalk paste in the description also. So these are adhesive stencils and they are reusable, and I just love them. Now, if you're using this for the first or second time, you want to fuzz it on the fuzzing cloth, but because we are putting it on cloth, then we don't need to fuzz it. So I want my words to be down at the bottom of my piece here because I'm going to put flowers at the top. So this is what I have so far. And I'm just gonna open my chalk paste. Get my squeegee. Now this is a piece of a squeegee. It comes a little bit bigger than this, so this is the 2/3 size. And you can cut them apart and use them, make them more manageable. So I have some chalk paste on my squeegee, and I'm just going to put it right there on my stencil. And I'm just pushing the chalk paste over the design of my stencil with my squeegee. So this is very, very easy. If you think you can't do this, I'm here to tell you that yes, you can do this. You can make some really gorgeous home decor. You can give it to family, friends, gifts at Christmas, birthdays, whatever. You tell them, they'll ask you, oh, where did you get that? And you can tell them that you made it yourself, and they won't believe you because it looks so awesome. As long as you take care of your stencils, you can use them over and over and over. So I'm just going to peel this off, and you'll see how wonderful this is. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Together we make a family. So I'm just putting my stencil in the water. I'm going to swirl it around so that the chalk paste will start coming out of the screen portion of my stencil. You don't want it to get stuck in there. If it does, you've kind of ruined your stencil. So as soon as you finish using your stencil, you want to take it to a sink. You want to have running water and just take a sponge and just wipe it off. Once you have it wiped off, then you can either air dry it face up. I mean, not face up. Air dry it with the sticky side up. And then when it's done, put it back on your backing and put it back in your little bag that it comes in. Or you can buy their fuzzing and drying mat. And if you get that, then the inside of the mat is gray. You just put your stencil in there, and then I take my hands, I close it up, take my hands and go like this over it, and it dries it, and you can either use it again or you can put it up. But I really like these stencils and the chalk paste. So if you've never tried it before and you're a little leery about it, you don't know what you should do or whatever, they do have DIY kits. So if you go to lizyonke.magnoliadesignco.com, you click on the shop button, and then on the side, categories come up. At the very bottom of those categories, this is DIY kits. If you click on that, then you'll see the different kits that they have, and it is a whole kit. You get everything. You get your surface, you get your chalk paste, you get your squeegee, and you get your stencil. All in one, everything you need to make a finished product. And then you can give it to somebody, or you can hang it on your wall, or sit it on your shelf, or whatever. So but if you do decide to purchase something, please use my links, as I do get a little percentage, and that just helps me get a little bit of money so that I can go buy some supplies, crafting supplies, so that I can keep putting these videos out there for you all. Oh no. Anyway, we're going to make some flowers with some ribbon. And if you like what you see here, please do this, either on Facebook or YouTube. My YouTube channel is Liz Yonke, and I would like to get 50 subscribers. I have 16 right now, but I would love to get up to 50. If you would subscribe to my channel, I would totally appreciate it. A lot of my, I won't say that all my videos are out there on YouTube, but most of them are. And if you want to see all the videos, you go to Liz's Crafts on Facebook, go to the video section, and you can see all the videos, and you can get to those anytime that you want. And if you do decide to make something, I would love to see a picture of it. I do have a group called Liz's Craft Friends, and if you become a member of that group, it is closed, but you just have to answer 2 questions. And if you answer depending on the way you answer the questions, then I will approve you or not approve you for membership. But if you answer yes, I'll approve you. So in that group, then you can show pictures of any of the crafts that you've done. And I would love to see something that you've done with some of the craft videos that I put out there. And if you haven't already liked and followed Liz's Crafts on Facebook, please do so and make your notifications come on so that when I have a new video out there, then you'll be notified. My videos do go out on Facebook and YouTube at 11:30 Monday through Friday, and that's 11:30 Central Time, Monday through Friday. Okay, we're going to get started on our flowers. So I have this ribbon here that I've had for 11 years. Now, you're like, oh, I know where that ribbon's come from. This ribbon is from Bed Bath & Beyond. So, my kids got married, in a double wedding back in March of 2010. So I kept all the ribbon from the gifts that people purchased for them from Bed Bath & Beyond. And I mean, it's a nice ribbon. And I've made some necklaces out of some of it, and some jewelry, and did this and that. But today we're going to use it to make rolled rosettes. So I just have a piece of the dyed painter's cloth, drop cloth here. And I'm going to use that as my bottom. Oh, you know what? I did not plug in my hot glue gun. And I'm going to need that. So I'm going to use this as the bottom starting point of my rolled rosettes. And I'm going to have to wait for my glue gun to get hot. Well, I might, I'll either do 1 or 3 rolled rosettes. So I'm going to go ahead and get a couple more bottom pieces cut out. So this piece and this piece. Okay. I'm going to use these pieces as my bottom. And then you always start out with a drop of glue in the center. I'm going to do this one first because it's going to be my big rolled rosette. And you always put tie a knot in the end of whatever you're using to make the rolled rosette. You always tie a knot in the end of it. And I'm going to cut the part sticking out a little bit, so it's going to be just like this. Okay, my glue gun's still heating up. Sorry, I didn't plug that in earlier. My bad. Okay, well, if you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments. Anytime I get any comments or whatever, I always look at those, and I read whatever you all put in there. So if you know, have anything that you want to ask, feel free to do so, and I'll try to answer it to the best of my abilities. And also, Magnolia has a creator package where you can become a creator like I am. You get their creator kit, and then once you purchase the creator kit, then anything you order after that, you'll get 35% off. And I mean, that's a great deal right there. However, there is a $10.99 charge each month for your website where you would order stuff from, or any of your customers would order from. I mean, you don't have to have customers. You can just become a creator to get the discount if you want. The only thing is you do have to pay the $10.99 each month for your site. But that's originally what got me started doing Magnolia, was the 35% discount. I'm like, yeah, that's quite a bit. That's pretty good there. Okay, so I think we can go ahead and get started. I'm just going to put a dot of glue in the center of my drop cloth piece there. And I have my ribbon with a knot on it. So I'm going to put that right there on that dot of glue. I'm going to hold it down for a few seconds. And then what we're going to do is we're going to twist and turn our ribbon, and then we're going to wrap it around this knot. So I went to put some glue around the knot, and then I'm going to twist my ribbon, and then I'm going to glue it down. And then you just keep doing this. This is how you make the rolled rosette. You keep doing it until it's as big as you want it to be. Let me show you what it looks like. So far, nothing major, nothing real pretty or anything right now, but it's going to get there. And so I'm just putting glue around the edge of what I've already wrapped. Then I'm twisting my ribbon, and then I'm gluing it down. And you're going to have lots of glue here, so you can remove those as you go along. I just thought this might be a good way to use up this ribbon. Like I said, I've had it for 11 years now. I think it's time to use it. You know, when you hang on to something and you're like, oh, I'm going to use that. I'll use that eventually. Well, the time is here. Time is here to use this ribbon. And you can use any size ribbon. It doesn't have to be this thicker stuff, this wider ribbon. You can use a narrower ribbon. You can use material. You can use lace. You can use whatever you have. I will get out my ruler and I'll tell you how wide this ribbon is in case you want to know. Let me do that real quick. Okay, this ribbon is about 1.5 inches wide. Okay, so this is what we have so far. Isn't that looking pretty? And so we're just going to keep going, putting my glue around it, and I'm just doing a thin line of glue at the base of the previous wrap. Can't believe I dropped that. Okay, so I'm just twisting and I'm gluing it down. Do you think this rolled rosette is something that you would make? I mean, I thought, you know, I saw other people make them on YouTube or whatever before I started doing them, and they just look so hard. But then I saw this other lady do it, and she made it look so easy. And so I tried it again, and yes, it is easy. You might want to use the low temperature hot glue gun for this, because you will get glue on your fingers. So if you wanted to do this with fabric, you could cut your fabric 1.5 inches wide. You could cut it 1 inch wide. You could tear it too. You can use like drop cloth or any other fabric that's easily torn and has the raggedy edges. That also looks good as a rolled rosette. But I probably wouldn't go any smaller than 1 inch wide. I mean, you can try it and see. Okay, got lots of glue hairs here. So I'm just going to show you what we have so far. See that? Glue hairs are everywhere. You can't get rid of them. Okay, so I'm just going to keep going. I like to keep going until I get to the edge of my the bottom fabric here. Then once I get to the edge, then I will end my flower, and I'll show you how I do that. So I'm going to make another wrap around this bottom part here, go around the side, and then we'll end it at the top because it's at the edge of my fabric. And my glue gun is the high heat, and I'm burning my fingers. Okay, so I'm at the top here, and I just want to go ahead and finish this up. Now what you can do is you can cut this and then glue it to the back here. I want to put a little bit of glue inside the ribbon too, so that it will have, I don't know where it is. So I'm just going to hold that down, and then I'm going to try to pick off some of these glue hairs and stuff. Okay, so here's what I have, and then I want to go ahead and trim up the bottom of my rosette. Now I'm trying to be careful not to cut my ribbon, just cutting the drop cloth that's behind it. Now you want to go look at the bottom and see if there's any places that you need to glue down, and mine looks pretty good. So I'm just going to trim this piece up a little bit right there. This ribbon wants to collect the glue. So anyway, this is what we have, and I'm going to put that right there. And then I'm going to make a couple more. But I won't make you watch that because, you know, you watched me make this one, so now you know how to do it. So I'm going to go off camera, and I'm going to make my other two rolled rosettes, and I'm going to put them on here. These two will be a little bit smaller. I'm going to use the same ribbon, same technique, and then I'll glue them here, and then I'll take pictures of them, and I'll put them on Liz's Crafts and Liz's Craft Friends. But thank you guys for joining me, and if you make something like this, please take a picture of it and put it on Liz's Craft Friends. I would love to see it. So until the next video, keep crafting. Bye.